because April will continue to work with you and train you on it and make you comfortable. So happy to have you all join us today. And April, you do your thing.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric. So some of you might have noticed that a message came across at the top of your screen that said that recording has begun. This is just so that nothing is missed. If, as Eric was saying, if in the event any of you need to step away, this recording will be available to you. And so I will make sure to send it out to all of you just so that you can refer back to it at your earliest convenience. Also, if everyone would be so kind, I believe you might have my email, but if you can just either put your email in the chat, or if you could just send me a personal email just to remind me to make sure that you get this recording. I want to make sure that no one is missed. And from there, we're going to begin the training. So let me share my screen. And thank you, Rosemary. And my manager, Lauren, is stepping in. Yes, to everything that she's saying. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put them in the chat or to speak out. And from here, we're going to begin the training. So let me know. You all should be able to see my screen. But for those of you who can't, please let me know in the chat. But this, for most of you, you should have received this. If you have not, please let me know. But you will see, let me turn off my camera so that you don't have to see me reading and talking at the same time. But you all should have received this portal invite. It's going to come from portal@bizzabo.com. If you have not received it, please don't hesitate to let me know. And once you receive this message, this invite to your inbox, you click Join Portal. I'm going to share my screen again so you will see the next page. Okay, and it will bring you to this page where you can either sign up if you've not already signed up, or you can click Login. Your email will already be here. And you simply enter in your password and it should take you to the home page of your Exhibitor portal. So at the very top, you will see home, you will see tasks, resources, company profile, team. So we're going to walk through each page. So we're currently on the home page. Next, we're going to the tasks portion. Let me remove this. And this is where you will see everything that we need from you to be able to update your virtual booth. So we will need your company description. There are two company descriptions. There is a smaller one and then there's a larger one. So you can let me know which description you would like where. But at the very top of your virtual booth, there is a short little blurb that tells attendees who you are and get them excited to meet you. And then further down, which you will see when I show you the front end of your virtual booth, further down, there's another description that we ask for where it's beside your logo, and it just walks attendees through who your company is, when you got started, what you do, and how you can help them. So, okay, so that's the company description. Next, we have your booth's banner image. That's your background banner. So I'm going to walk you through that once we get to the front end. Next, we have the product category. Fits your company. We have headshots and contact information, something that I have not mentioned in other trainings. So in this, we ask for your headshot, we ask for, as well as your team members, we ask for their job title. But another thing that is very important to note is that I will also need their email addresses. So some of you have received a couple of emails from me following up and asking for the email addresses of your different team members. This platform, Bizzabo, requires that in order for me to be able to add them to your virtual booth. So please don't forget to include their email address. And then next, these are the booth resources that will be in your content hub. So you can have PDFs, you can have videos. And so I'll make sure, again, please make sure to pay attention to size requirements. And that this is where you will be able to upload resources to the content hub of your virtual booth. So this explains the tasks portion of things. Next, we're going to go to your resources. So this is a favorite feature, one of my favorite features of this portal. This is where we want to, my team and I, we make sure to add different things that you can use to make sure that you are fully equipped for this virtual show and that you have everything that you need. So here we are, we have the exhibitor kit and resource page where if you click it, it will take you to the link on our Greenbuild website. We have digital sustainability tips. We have a best practices checklist for virtual exhibits because nurturing happy customers is what we're about. We want to make sure that you are happy and feeling refreshed as you go throughout each conference day and summit. Next, we have the quick tech check that I mentioned to all of you earlier and that I included in the chat. And you can refer back to it and make sure that everything is working as it should. We have the attendee troubleshooting guide. We have a third-party cookie guide. We have a training video. So everything that I'm going to be discussing in this training in regards to the back end, accessing the back end of your virtual booth is here. My coworkers worked on this and they did an incredible job, if I do say so myself. So this is somewhere where if you have any questions about how to access the back end of your virtual booth, this is where you would do it. And then finally, the Greenbuild traffic driving ideas, just to be able to give you extra inspiration on how to continue to drive traffic to your booth. Next, we're going to the company profile page. So I'm actually going to take you because this booth is actually still in the process of being built. Give me just a moment. I'm going to take you to an exhibitors where it is all set up. Give me just a moment. Okay. I'm going to share my screen again any second. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen again. It should come up now. Okay. Here we are. So I walked you through the resources. Now we're going to the company profile page. So this is where you will see a description of a part of what I was talking about with the company description, where attendees will be able to see who you are and what your company is about. And then further down, we have just the sessions that you will be a part of. This is for one of our sponsors. And then here is where you will enter the virtual room. So I'm actually going to step outside of this because I don't want to mess up anything for this particular sponsor, but I'm going to show you a demo session that we've created specifically for these kinds of trainings. So again, bear with me. Is everyone still with me? Does anyone have any questions that they might want to add? I'm seeing something right here. Okay, is this the only site that will be open? Okay, Lauren, thank you. Thank you so much for stepping in for answering this question. While I take you to our demo session. Okay, all right, everyone, we should be back in business. It's loading as we speak. Okay, all right. You're not supposed to see that part yet. Okay, so we're gonna walk through this now. So for those of you that are not familiar, this is this teal greenish space right here. This is your presentation stage. So once I show you what the front end of your virtual booth looks like, this is where attendees will be able to see you. For some of you, forgive me if I'm repeating information that you're already familiar with. I want to make it clear and I want to make it understandable to everyone that's here that is not as familiar with Bizzabo and with this brand new exciting event platform that we're using. So again, here is your presentation stage. So to be able to communicate with your attendees that walk into your virtual booth, walk, quote unquote, make sure to turn on your webcam and to activate your microphone. So this little box will appear and you can activate it, and it should come on for me any second. So give me just a moment and you should be able, hey everybody. So this is where you will be able to communicate with your attendees on the front end. So remember to make sure to go to the left-hand side of your screen, turn on your webcam as well as activating your microphone, and you'll be able to communicate with them. So let me turn this off. And next we're going to go to the files portion. So this is where you will be able to upload files to the back end of your virtual booth. So I had a few questions come in this week with some exhibitors asking me, okay, so what's the difference between what I upload in the tasks and deadlines portion and this? So what you upload in your tasks and deadlines portion, that is what comes to me. So an alert will be sent to me to let me know that you have submitted something. I will review it, approve it. If there's something else that I need from you, I'll reach out. And then once that's all set and we have the green light, I will approve it and it will appear on the front end side of your virtual booth. This part, the back end, that is all you. This is your oyster. This is where you can do whatever you darn well please. And so I'm definitely able to help if need be, but this is, you are the star of the show here. So this is where you will be able to upload videos. You'll be able to upload PowerPoints, images. So once you do that, once you upload, you go to add file, you upload what you would like to upload, you click it, and then you will see two things that will either say add to playlist or play, and it will appear. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in a little bit. Next, we're going to go to the apps portion. So the first part of the tools side of things is the whiteboard. So this is where you can unleash your inner artist. You can scribble, you can draw a flower, you can draw whatever you please. And this will appear on the front end side of your virtual booth so that attendees will be able to see this. And then if you would like to remove it, you simply click clear this board. Okay, and you could start over. We next have the apps portion, again, as we're walking through it, the desktop share. So this is where if you would like to share a YouTube link, in the same way that I'm sharing my screen with you now, you can do this with attendees. So you simply click desktop share, put the link in, and the attendees will be able to see it on the front end. So please remember to do that if there's something that you would like to share with them that is not currently in or uploaded to your virtual booth, you can do it this way. Next, we have the quiz portion of things. So you can create a quiz simply by clicking this little plus sign, and a quiz will appear. So let's look at a quiz right now. Give me just a moment. We should be able to pull one up. All right, so this is where you can put whatever question you like just to be able to interact and engage with your attendees. It can be multiple choice. Let me end this quiz right now. And let's see, let's try this again so I could show you what it looks like. So here we are. So it can be multiple choice. It can be multiple answers, open question. And we found that there's been a lot of buzz and a lot of excitement around this feature because it gets attendees excited to be able to participate and to communicate with you. And they can communicate with each other as well. Next, we have the video library. So this is where you can upload videos and it will automatically be saved here. We have the recording feature if you would like to record your session, or if you would like to record whatever you may be talking about, you are free to do that as well. It takes about 3 minutes to begin recording, so you know, bear with the platform with that, but once the 3 minutes has passed, you're good to go. And then finally, we have the breakout portion. So this is something, if you would like to be able to break out your participants in different rooms, this is to do it. So you will see a list. We don't have any participants now because this is a training, but If this were live and this were actually happening, this is where you would be able to see a list of participants right here on the left-hand side, and you would be able to drag and drop their name to each room. So for example, if someone was here and I wanted to bring them to room 2, I'd be able to drag and drop their name to room 2. And what we recommend, what is highly suggested by my team members and myself, is that you keep someone here in this teal green space. Almost, I don't want to say a receptionist, but almost as someone here that is on your team that is able to greet them. When an attendee strolls in and they want to talk about, for example, flooring, someone is here to be able to say, okay, well, so-and-so is talking about flooring in room 3, and that person will be able to auto assign or to drag and drop that particular attendee to room 3. So if you would like, it's again entirely up to you. If you would like to have one person on your team in room 1 discussing such and someone else in room 2 discussing such and such and such and such, you are free to do that. It is whatever you would like to do in your breakout room. I'm going to close this, and next we're going to go to the chat side of things. So as you can see, I was already in here testing this out. So you can say, in the room chat, for example, this is where the room chat feature, this is where an attendee will be able to communicate with not only you, but with other participants, other attendees that are also with you in your virtual booth. So they can talk to you, they can talk to each other, they can, you know, ask each other questions, and there can be conversation and engagement in that way. Then this is the Q&A portion. If an attendee wants to simply only ask you a question, this is where they would go. And all of this will be on the front end side of things that I will show you in a little bit, where they can communicate with you. So the portion, as I mentioned, this is where if they only want to ask you a question, they may not want everyone that is there to be able to see the question that they have. They may feel embarrassed, people get shy, different reasons. So this is where they'd be able to communicate only with you, and only you and your team would be able to see if they messaged in the Q&A portion. And then finally, the moderator chat. So this is where you and your team members can communicate with each other. I understand that not everyone may be in the same location. Someone may be in Texas, someone may be in California. Doesn't matter. No one that is on in terms of an attendee will be able to see what is being discussed here in the moderator chat feature. Only you and your team can discuss, and you all can decide, okay, we should talk about this with this person next, and collaborate and build together. So I think this is an awesome feature. Next, we have the playlist side of things. So as I mentioned, this is where you can upload videos. You can upload pictures to your virtual booth. And all of this right here, the screen, is visible to your attendees on the front end side of things. So we have a PowerPoint here. We have, again, another video. We have images. One of my coworkers included her adorable baby for your viewing pleasure, for all of our viewing pleasure, so we could see a happy, smiling baby in the midst of this crazy pandemic that we're living in. And we have, again, another PowerPoint. So whatever you would like to include in your playlist, again, is up to you. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but this is your virtual booth, so you can do what you please. And again, remember, if whatever you would like to add, you go to Files, you click Add File, you add to Playlist, boom, right here. Next, we have the participants side of things. So I am the only participant, just me, my lonesome. But once your booth is actually live, you will be able to see all of the participants, all of their names will be here. So because I am leading this session, and when you lead your virtual booth, a green star will appear in your name to show that you are a team member, that you are booth staff. But for anyone else that joins your virtual booth, they will only be it will only be their name. There won't be a green star. So remember that. If you're wondering what that green star means, it just means that you are staff in your virtual booth. And then next we have the notes portion of things. So again, I was already testing it out. So you can write whatever you want, and only your team can see it. Where if we go back, you see notes 1, 2, Note 3. So only members of your team will be able to see this. However, if I wanted to display this gibberish, I would simply put broadcast note, and everyone that was on the front end side of things would be able to see what I've written. If they can read what this says, that's troublesome. But all of that said, if you would like to broadcast your note, this is where you would do it, and this is where attendees will be able to see it. However, if you want to just keep it within the family, you simply don't click broadcast note. You just leave it here. So that is the back end. We're going to go to the front end in a little bit, but I want to be able to open the floor for questions, any questions that anyone might have. So if anyone wants to unmute or simply put their question in the chat, I'm here. So does anyone have any questions, anything that you would like for me to go over again? Okay, I'm going to take the silence as I'm doing a good job and you all understand what I'm saying. But if I'm not, don't even worry about me. If you have a question, let me know. You can speak up, you can put it in the chat, and we can talk through it together. But with that said, if there are no questions at the very moment, at this present moment, I'm going to go to the front end side of a virtual for you. Will this recording be available? Yes, it is being recorded as we speak. So yes, it will be available for you. And I will be sure to send out an email to everyone with this link attached. Give me just a second. I'm pulling up a virtual booth for you to be able to see now. Should come up any second. Okay, let me get back to you guys. Okay, let me turn on my screen. It's not showing up down here. Give me a second. Let me try to bring it up again. Okay, sorry guys, my computer is being slow, but here we are. Here is, I'm going to use one of our sponsors, their virtual booth. So remember when I was talking about the background booth banner image? This is what I'm talking about. So you will send me an image. There is a typo in the tasks portion where the sizing is incorrect. So I'm actually going to put the proper sizing of what your background booth banner image should be right now in the chat. All right, so this is what it should be. That's the proper size requirement. A recommendation. So you will send me your background booth banner image. I will approve it. I will upload it for you. And this is what an attendee will be able to see. So we're going to pretend I'm an attendee just strolling in. And so I will see this background booth banner image. I'll see your company name. I'll see, as I mentioned to you, just the brief company description that gives me an idea of who you are and that gets to be able to meet you and to be able to talk with you and learn from you. Now, this is where in this portion, you can also include the link that will take me to your company website so that I can learn more about you. And then this portion, remember when I said your product categories, choose the product category that best fits your company. So let me zoom in because I'm a little far away. So this is where once you choose the product category that best fits your company, if I'm an attendee and let's say I'm looking for business and professional services. So we have a search feature that is included in our website. So I simply type in business and professional services, boom, your company, if this is what you do, you immediately show up. And so remember to choose your product categories wisely, and attendees will be able to find you from there. Now this portion, because we're not live right now, it's blank, there's nothing there, but this is where, when I was talking to you on the back end, and when files are uploaded, videos, all of that, this is where I, as the attendee, can see what is happening. So if you're here, right in this, where the little play button is, this is where you will be able to talk. And you can talk to me, and I can include my little question in the Q&A portion, and we can communicate. So again, because Greenbuild isn't live at the moment, we're not having a summit, the conference isn't happening, right here in this portion, on this side is where the chat feature is. So you will be here, and then the chat feature will be right about here, where they can either communicate with each other in the room chat, they can simply message you and your team in the Q&A portion. And then the moderator chat, again, that's only for you and your team, so they will not be able to access that. An attendee will not be able to access that. Now, this is where you will send me, as I mentioned, the headshots and contact information. So don't worry, no emails are here. So no one will be able to reach out via email just like that. But your name, your image, your title is all here. And this is where an attendee will be able to see you, sort of, to be able to see you before they actually get to see you during the actual live show. They can get acquainted with you and just kind of figure out, again, what your company is about. And then further down, we have the logo, and we have a company description of what your company does. And then finally, we have, as I mentioned, the content hub, where an attendee will be able to click into any one of these, and it will take them to a PDF, it will take them to a video. So for this portion, remember to, when you are uploading your booth resources, remember to send a thumbnail, a title, and the PDF as well, or the video. And I will upload it for you, and I will be sure to send you a preview so that you can see what your virtual booth, how it's coming along so far. So this is just to give you a picture of what your virtual booth will look like. So does anyone have any questions in regards to this? When did the banner size change recently? No, it's always been the same. It has always been this size. There was just a typo that was in the booth banner image portion of things that was in the tasks and deadlines that we're actually working on getting updated now, but the size has always been the same. Does anyone have any other questions? Anything you want me to review over again on the back end or on the front end, or any questions that you have just in regards to actually manning your virtual booth? I think you guys might be the most easygoing bunch of people I've ever had to do a training with. Guys, I do not bite, I promise. Does anyone have any questions? Anything you want me to go over? There are no stupid questions, I promise you that. Okay, I'm gonna take that as, and everyone knows what they're doing and they got it. But if you don't, if you don't, I am here, and you can call me, you can text me. We can have a one-on-one virtual training if you would like. I am available for that. So I want to open up the floor one more time to see if there's anything that anyone wants to discuss. Any questions that anyone has? Will we be able to test the back end of the booth itself ahead of time? Yes, yes, of course. It's yours. It's yours to be able to test. So I encourage you to be able to log into your virtual booth, to be able to add team members, to go through resources. And once you go to company profile, you scroll down and you simply click enter virtual room. And from there, you can do whatever you like. So yes, as Lauren was saying now, you can use it at any time for you and for your team. Richard, I'm seeing your question. The back end is used specifically to communicate, where the front end is where attendees look at. Yes, attendees. So the back end is used to communicate, and then the front end is where attendees will be able to look at your digital materials, as we see here for this particular sponsor, and their content hub. And so this is where you can upload whatever resources you like, and I will approve it and add it to your virtual booth for you. And this is where attendees will be able to learn more about your company and what you do. How many teams can work a booth at any given time? At this point in time, I am seeing that we can really only have six booth staff for the time being. I haven't been able to add any more than that. But Lauren, let me know if I'm saying anything that is incorrect. But at this point in time, yep. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
So you can have as many people in the back end of your booth as you want. It gets a little tricky with the ins and outs of people entering and exiting. So if you are playing any kind of pre-recorded videos or things of that nature on the back end, you really should not have many people entering and exiting. It will disrupt the video playing. So as long as everybody who's in your booth needs to be there at that time in the back end, then go ahead and play your videos. But I have seen, you know, up to 10 people in the back end of the booth, and it seems to work fine. It's just the ins and outs of people coming and going is where it gets a little finicky. And then Richard, to your other question, multiple videos. You can have, yep, you can upload as many files and videos as you want on that back end. But just like I mentioned, the pre-recorded videos, just do not enter and exit the back end while the video is playing. It will disrupt the video for the front end attendee. Hope that's helpful.
Thank you, Lauren. You guys, you see, this is why she is the senior operations manager. She's awesome. So thank you for helping me answer those questions. Does anyone have any other questions that you want to include in the chat? Loving how busy this chat is right now, or if you want to unmute yourself and ask out loud. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the tasks are what is limited to the front end booth. You can add additional materials to the back. Yes, I would say yes. You can add whatever you would like to your playlist in terms of videos or images or PowerPoints as well.
Yeah, Richard, so you're right. The tasks are basically asking you to fill in all the assets and images and resources that will appear on the front end, just as you said, just as April said. And then on the back end, you could add additional resources that are not on the front end of your booth.
Awesome. Are there any other questions? Okay, everyone, I think if there aren't any other questions, I want to give you all back some time in your day. Oh, wait, I'm seeing one that just came in. Do you have any idea how many exhibitors are registered? I've been speaking with our sales team. Unfortunately, I don't work in terms of like the registrations, but I'm seeing numbers being added daily. So we have a quite large group, if I do say so myself. And I was speaking with again one of our salespeople, and he said 60 plus and growing at the moment. So Richard, I hope that answers your question. Any other questions? Any other questions, anyone? Okay, as I was saying before, I want to give you all back some time in your day, but call me, text me, whatever. My cell phone is in my signature, And you can contact me if you have any questions at all. I'm here for you. We can do virtual one-on-one trainings. I want to make sure that this is a seamless experience for all of you. So thank you for your time. Again, always a pleasure to be able to speak with all of you. And we will talk again next week, Thursday, same time, same place. Okay, everyone. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everybody. Keep an eye out for the training being sent out to you. Thanks, everyone, and have a great one. Bye.